Hello, my name is Dempsey Tapley. I'm the owner of Homesick Productions, and I just want to say a couple things before this video starts. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the protesters who were willing to be interview subjects for this. Protests are extremely chaotic and emotional and distracting environments, and so to give an interview kind of in the midst of that is a really brave thing, and I am super appreciative. And this documentation could not have taken place without people's voluntary participation. We had a sign that with all the interview questions on it, and then we were kind of shouting at the crowd in general to get interview subjects, and so all the interview subjects volunteered their time. Their participation was voluntary. And so I just want to say a huge thank you to that, to all the interview subjects, all the protesters who were willing to give their voice to this documentation. I also want to say that I am not going to be editing these interviews or cutting interviews as much as I normally would. I think it's really important for me to give you as full of a picture as these protests as possible. I know there's a lot of opinions, a lot of views on who these protesters were and how these protests impacted Sioux Falls. I know after the initial protests, there were other movements, some of them which caused damage to property in our community, and I know those have kind of changed the view of these protests. And so I wanted to give you guys kind of the fullest and most unadulterated snapshot of the experience at the protest, and so I'm not going to be editing or editing out people like I normally would. So that means some people, some very kind, very brave people for talking on camera and all, might come off as less articulate than they actually are, or less elegant in speech, and that's completely normal in an interview setting as chaotic as a protest. And so please listen with compassion, listen with a lot of patience, and understand that these people, they didn't have to do this, and they are putting themselves out there in ways that are super helpful, and I'm very grateful for. And just be willing to kind of put up with a little bit of people taking time to gather their thoughts and people trying to figure out what they want to say in order for me to give you kind of the fullest picture of what these protests were. So let's move forward in this video with a lot of grace, a lot of compassion, and a lot of patience, and a lot of gratitude for these protest subjects. Thank you so much. I'm also not showing the B-roll that we shot or adding any music in because I don't want to add my artistic commentary on these interviews at all. I think it's really important that I show you as unadulterated as possible.
All right, my name is, I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm 29, I'm a musician. Kind of change I want to see. I want people to get out there and vote and fix this happen. It's not necessarily the police. The police are a product of the people that we're voting for. Your state attorneys, your prosecutors, they're allowing this stuff to happen, you know? And the police are just a byproduct of that. Don't get it wrong, a lot of them have power issues. I see like on the video, there's some out there. There's bad people in every job. But we need to find a way to organize, come together, and really make things different. We need to get out and vote. You need to vote state and city elections. Not national elections, state and city is most important. Those are things that affect you directly. You need to stop it, you need to organize, you need to do that. That's the way to make a difference. So we're out here, no justice, no peace, George Floyd. So I'll see y'all later.
Kevin, I'm age 55. I'm out of work right now, but my regular profession, I do kind of like building maintenance type work. Change I'd like to see in this country, well, the first thing is we need to change the administration. We need to change Washington, and then it goes down. Then hopefully we get a Democrat in the White House, and I think that's the first step, and then it goes down to the governor's house from there. Then what do you encourage others to do? Well, peaceful protest. Everybody seems to be very cooperative here at this event. I'm really. We're surprised to see this many people here in Sioux Falls, and I just think this is a great positive event for the community.
Okay. I'm Austin. I'm 23 years old and I'm currently unemployed. The change I'd like to see here is less government. Government is a big issue in our country. It's too big, and police brutality is a good example of how big our government has become. What I encourage people to do is, myself, I was once a conservative and I'm a libertarian. And we need to fight the big government system, meaning left and right, and we need to stop this police brutality and bring equality to our country.
Hello everyone, my name is Michelle, I'm 60 years old. I have a bachelor's degree, criminal justice, human service. However, I made a lot of mistakes, so I've been in and out of the system. What I'd like to see change is justice for all. What I encourage others to do is pray for peace.
I am 28 years old. I'm a banker here from Sioux Falls. I would say the biggest change that I would like to see is not only just people coming together, but actually showing up at voting booths to make a permanent change. And I would encourage others to get registered to vote and actually do something. There's only so much marching can get us.
I'm from Pine Ridge, South Dakota, Porcupine, South Dakota, on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. I'm 58, and my profession is construction. The change I'd like to see is that they start doing sensitivity training for the police instead of shoot to kill, because there's a lot of situations where they didn't have to, but they do it anyway. And what do you encourage others to do? Stay calm.
Okay. I'm 20 and I currently work at a daycare and I go to school at SDSU. I think the change I'd like to see the most is that for once in America's history that Black lives will be valued and should be mattered regardless. And I encourage others to just stand up for everything, because this has been going on for too long, hundreds of centuries, and it's about time some real change happens. So, yeah. Awesome. That's it. Thank you.
Hamidakiapi, Kyrie, Machiapie, Lokotamie, Wichakpi, Ioyopawi. Hello, my relatives. My name is Kyrie. My Lakota name is Wichakpi, Ioyopawi. I am from the Lake Traverse Reservation. I'm an enrolled Sistan Wapton Oyate. I am 29 years old, and I do some volunteer work with the South Dakota Urban Indian Health with the Owashte Woichu and Nayapi group. It's the women's leadership group here in Sioux Falls. The change that I would like to see is better relations with everyone in our population, whether that be white, black, yellow, all colors of the medicine wheel. Midakuye Oyasin, that means we are all related and we need to all treat each other as relatives. And what I encourage others to do is stand up for each other. If you see somebody in trouble, stand up for that person, lift them up. Be their brother, be their sister.
Awesome, and that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I am from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm 17. I'm a student, and the change I think I would like to see is more convictions for officers that are seen doing this. As you see on my sign, there are no convictions for any of these people, and I would encourage other people to come out and help with the change.
Awesome, and that's it.
Thank you.
I'm from Chancellor, South Dakota, less than 12 to 15 miles away from here. I'm 29 years old. I work with adults with disabilities. I want to see the fucking police chief as an elected official, not a position to be applied for and a job to be gained. It should be up to the people who is the police chief. Don't be violent. Don't be violent.
Thank you.
Okay. My name is Denise Cherry. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I migrated here with my 3 sons and my husband in 1993. I'm a nurse, traveling nurse, and the change I would like to see is for all of the policemen everywhere and our government, the justice of our Department of the United States, to be, they must be accountable for provoking people to react to whatever it causes them to kill them. Our main thing is change. If we do not change the law in the government, in our government, we will constantly have this root growing year in and year out and getting worse and worse and worse. I encourage others to try and help us to get to the root of our problem so that Martin Luther King and all of their deaths will not be in vain.
I'm from Aberdeen, South Dakota.
Woolsey, South Dakota.
I'm 25.
26.
I work at FedEx.
And I work for myself as a carpenter.
I would like to see more people come together during regular times and not just times like this or like when someone passes, but just any normal day. We can always do better each and every day. Someone doesn't have to lose their life for us to come out and march.
People should always defend each other people, no matter what. We need to change that. There's so much stereotyping out here in this world that it's just uncontrollable. We need to fix the way we think about things, think of other feelings, you know? We need to be more considerate of each other. About it.
I encourage love, peace, happiness, and safety. That's the main thing. And justice for Floyd.
I encourage others to treat people the way you want to be treated, plain and simple. Don't do anything that you wouldn't want done to you.
Okay, awesome, that's it.
Thank you very much. All right, my name is Sophie Levy. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I just graduated college. I'm 22, so I'm new into the career world. What I want to see is this not be necessary anymore. I spent 4 years at a school in DC, and I went to way too many protests unnecessarily, and it's time to just have equity. And I encourage others to write. Information is power. I'm going to write about this. I encourage others to post about it. If you can just spread the information and spread the news, you can change. You can change the way that we live our lives, and things need to get better. It has to be improved, and it starts with us. So thank y'all for what you're doing, and yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm 40 years old. I'm an artist. And what I would like to see changed here today is having equality for everyone. And I would encourage everyone to treat everybody equally.
I'm from Rosebud, South Dakota. I'm 18 years old, and I'm going to be a nail technician. I would like to change the way people treat each other, and I encourage everybody to treat everybody with empathy.
I'm from here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm 29 years old. I am a loan officer. The change I would like to see is a greater respect for all human life, and I would encourage others to get out there and vote for the candidates that have those same similar qualities.
I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. My name is Ashanti. I don't have a job right now. Change I would like to see is more acceptance through everybody, and I encourage others to speak out about what they believe in and make sure that it includes everybody else.
Awesome, that's it.
I was born in Guadalajara, Mexico. I live here now. I am 35 years old. I'm a patient care tech. I would like to see change in a matter of people speaking up, even when it's hard to, when they see something is wrong or not right. And I encourage others to do that, exactly that. Speak up even when your voice is shaking.
Okay, that's it. Thank you so much.
I'm born and raised in Sioux Falls. I'm 34 years old. I am a chronic volunteer for the LGBTQ+ and Two-Spirit community of South Dakota. And the changes I would like to see are ones of equity and nonviolence, and where people don't have to worry about if their kids are going to make it home safe, or if they're going to be safe getting out to do their grocery shopping or going to pay their bills, where they can depend on their community around them to support them and stay alive. I encourage others to take action. If you see something wrong, say something about it. The only way you get people to change is if you make them uncomfortable about their behavior. Call them on it.
Okay, and that's it. Thank you so much.
Hi, I am from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm 40 years old, and I'm a special education teacher. I would love to see our president stand before us and demonstrate more compassion and empathy for people of color, to energize everyone to come together as a community to improve the outcomes of the lives for all, namely people of color and those who are vulnerable populations. I encourage others to, like they were saying today at the rally, to be an ally and to make sure that you stand up and you engage in conversation when you know things are not right.
I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm 18. I just graduated high school, so.
I'm as well from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 18, and just graduated as well.
One of the things that I want to see justice for the people whose lives got taken away. I want justice for the people that are alive today.
As well, I'd like to see equality.
Yes.
We've been treated equally.
We've been fighting since, we got stolen here, came here, and I think we deserve to be equal, just as much as everyone else in this country.
Okay, and then the third question is, what do you encourage others to do?
I encourage them to vote.
Yes, vote on Tuesday.
Yes.
Very important.
Yes. I encourage everyone to speak out because that's the fastest and best way we can get our message heard.
Yes, and your silence is noted, so
yes,
speak out.
Speak out. And yeah, justice for all.
Thank you very much.
My name is Joseph Wiltsey. I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm a 32-year-old attorney here in town. The change that I would like to see is justice, and the thing that I would encourage others to do is to listen to your black, brown, gay, Hispanic, any sort of minority brothers and sisters, right? As a white ally, I'm here to listen.
Okay, awesome, that's it.
Thank you very much.
My name's Amari. I'm from Beloit, Wisconsin. I'm 20 years old, and I'm a college student. The change that I would like to see is not just with the community, but everybody as a whole, coming together like we are today, continue what we're doing to make sure that it's peaceful and that we can get what we want. Not only justice, but equal rights for everybody and all minorities.
Okay. And then what do you encourage others to do?
Peaceful protests. Don't give the people what they want. They want actions out of you and words. That's why they're antagonizing. Be peaceful and protest the right way.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much.
I am actually currently living in Sioux Falls. I'm from Chicago, Illinois originally. I'm 27 years old and I work with law enforcement on a daily basis doing legal projects for them. The change that I'd love to see is that every police officer believes that every life is equal, that they don't get trigger happy when they see a black man standing in front of them, and that they don't shoot us when we can't do anything to protect ourselves, that they don't sit on our necks and cause us not to breathe, that they don't take our lives, that they treat everyone with dignity and respect. I encourage everyone to speak out against violence. There is absolutely no reason and no excuse to allow something so heinous to be taking place in our country that's supposed to be free. There are people being attacked that are innocent, and it's not okay and it's unacceptable and it has to stop somewhere, and today is the day.
Sioux Falls, I make music. I'd like to see all this shit stop, and I encourage other people to speak up, man.
All right, that's it. Awesome, thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, so my name is Jake Richardson. I was born in Kansas City, but I went to high school in Minneapolis. Most of my family are in Minneapolis currently, own businesses there. I'm 22 years old. I'm a student athlete at the University of South Dakota, which is an hour right. The change I like to see, right now, is just equality. Of course, that's what everyone wants to see, and just genuine equality, not just because institutionalized or because they kind of have to be for different rules for jobs and things of that nature. I want it to be genuine. That's what I want to see. What I encourage others to do is, people's going through a tough time right now. Just reach out to people, even if you don't understand their situation. A white person coming to a black person, whatever. They don't understand, if they don't know how to reach out. Just simply say that they're here for the person, praying for the person, and they're there for the person. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah,
no problem.
Dax Anderson, I'm a professional wrestler. I'd like to see Bruce brutality no more, and I want to encourage others to spread peace.
I've lived here in Sioux Falls my whole life. I am 58 years old, and I just have basically a warehouse job, drive a forklift. The changes I would like to see is when a cop is arresting someone, there are proper techniques taken. When they're interviewing someone, they don't lie and they don't twist justice in their favor. So innocent people go to prison or innocent people die. And what we need to do, instead of just letting this adrenaline die off after today, we need to get a bunch of organizations together to change the bullshit that goes on in the justice system.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jade. I'm 19, currently unemployed, but it's great. The change I'd like to see in the world is for people to not just support equality, but also to support equity. We all deserve the same opportunity. We all deserve to be able to get pulled over and not have to have fear for our lives. And I'd love to encourage other people to love. That's all we can really do. I'm from Haiti, and I'm 20 years old. And I think I want to be in the ministry, like be a preacher. And what change I would like to see is like, I just want to see a lot of love and just like hate. There's a lot of hate right now. I think like with the problem, we can fix it with love. And I just encourage others to just spread love, I guess. So the answer is just love. Yeah, that's what God would want.
Hi, my name's Ezra. I'm from Sioux Falls. I'm 20 years old, and I'm currently a student at STI. What I like to see more change within the police departments for like, like to treat. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
That's okay.
Okay. What I like to see change, I like to see more justice for people that are in police who dealt with police brutality. And I just think, I think we should all just focus on. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
What would you encourage others to do?
Justice for George Floyd.
Yeah.
Hear us out. I don't want to be next. I don't want to be the next person shot down. I have a brother. I have a father. I don't want them to be next. Justice for this man. Just because that man in jail don't mean nothing. We need to change this world. I don't want to be the next black life that's gone. I got dreams in this world. I'm educated. I'm graduated. Not everybody ignorant. Not everybody is unaware. We are woke. We are the youth. We are the future. Black lives matter.
Great job, sister. And what I like to see, like other people encouraging, is like I like to see peace within everyone and just really everyone to get along. I think if we all come to understanding from everybody's point of view, I think that's when we stop fighting and that's when peace will come together.
Okay.
That's all I like to say.
I am 17 and my profession is high school. What do you like to see? I would like to see young black men stopping. I would like to see cops stop killing young black men. I encourage others to keep speaking up and fighting for what's right. Black power. Alright, I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota right here. I'm 17. My profession is just playing sports, being a kid. I would like to see some reform. I'd like to see more laws put in place to protect civilians, and especially young black men that they can't even just walk around and be themselves. To encourage others, I like to maybe post myself on Instagram with some encouraging words or Twitter and let them know everything's gonna be all right.
Hey, I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm actually 21. I'm an essential worker. I'm a manager for a group home. The change I would like to see, just everyone to get along, equality for the most part. What would I encourage everybody to do? Just stay positive, talk to one another, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody's equal. Skin doesn't mean a damn thing. Pigmentation doesn't mean a damn thing. We're all human. Okay,
awesome. Thank you very much. My name is Danielle Kong. I'm 19 years old, and I'm a prestige beauty advisor at Ulta Beauty. I would love to see the day where black people like me aren't afraid to go outside of their homes with the fear of being murdered by the police or any other white racist supremacist. I encourage everybody to keep the peace because the Black Lives Matter movement is not about violence. It's about making a change and changing the way our system treats my people. And the people who have died,
The lives of my black brothers and sisters who were so brutally taken at the hands of police force will not be forgotten, and we will not be silenced. And that's all I gotta say.
Thank you very